so that Allah will take you out, inshallah. And then there also is the relationship to the site of the Hajj, the recognition that we must, even when we look at the stays at Mina and Muzdalifah, between the movement back and forth of the Hajj rituals, of going to Arafah, praying, the wuquf, all of that, the recognition that there must be levels of calm and stability and peace to get our thoughts and our acts together. And we recognize that at Mina and Muzdalifah. And then, of course, the special relationship to the Kaaba, the ancient sacred house of ibadah dedicated to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the foundations of which were laid in ancient times. And the reports indicate that earlier prophets, including Noah, Hud, Saleh, and of course Ibrahim and Ismail, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant His blessings upon them all, they visited the ancient sacred house for pilgrimage, reconstructed by Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam, and the call to mankind to come visit, do the tawaf and ibadah around the Kaaba for Umrah and Hajj. And the house of Allah and the area around it remaining so special that whoever enters it attains peace and security. And the Haram area, the inviolate zone, which enjoys an exalted status. We are informed that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala declared the town sacred upon creating the heavens and the earth, and it shall remain sacred until the last day. And the Haram is a land of high peace. The Kaaba is the holiest of houses. The building around it, the Masjid al-Haram, a place of high sanctity, and the surrounding area, the entire Haram area, covers the inner too with added sanctity and security. And you have the special places, the Maqam Ibrahim, the place of Sa'i, the Zamzam, all of those so significant for us to keep in mind, and that relationship is special for us. And then the particular relationship to Arafah. The core of Hajj, Al-Hajj al-Arafah, the Prophet ﷺ said, the wuquf, the staying at Mina, going to Mina, and then staying at Arafah is the critical segment of the Hajj. And that's where, remember, the Prophet ﷺ delivered the farewell, the sermon, the khutbah al-wada here. Arafah, to know, and Islamic history records this as the region where Adam and Hawa, may Allah be granting their blessings on them, reunited after being taken from Jannah and placed on earth. And then the reminder of the special nature of the dua of Arafah. Afdal dua, dua Yawm al-Arafah, the best of du'as are the du'as related, tied to the Yawm al-Arafah. The chance to know and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and receive His forgiveness. That's one reason it is the best day of the year, and as the Hajj pilgrims spend their day making dua there, they combine their Dhuhr and the Asr Salah. They stay until sunset seeking the blessings and maghfirah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is the spot where Ismail and Ibrahim and Ismail alayhi salam made their dua together for acceptance of their services in the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So as the Hujjaj are assured of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's attention to their sincere du'as, we are also blessed because we get the chance to participate in the sacredness of the du'as by doing it ourselves here. Inshallah, that's in the day of Arafah. So the day of Arafah, the day of perfection of our deen, the day of Eid for people there, the fasting that day being expiation for the sins of the previous and coming year, and the day of the covenant, Alastu bi Rabbikum qalu bala, am I not your Lord, and saying yes and witnessing, and the day of forgiveness of sins and freedom from the fire. The Prophet ﷺ reminded us there is no day on which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala frees more people from Jahannam than the day of Arafah. May Allah include us amongst those forgiven. And lastly, brothers and sisters, the relationship to our nafs as learned from the rituals of Hajj. that there is a constant need for each one of us, no matter how pious we may think we are, to fight the temptations and the distractions of this world, the temptations of shaitan. Remembering again that Ibrahim alayhi salam, one of the special prophets, the friend of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he too was submitted to these temptations. Shaitan appeared when Ibrahim alayhi salam sets out with his son Ismail to conduct the sacrifice. Both of them firm on completing the sacrifice in following the commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the shaitan attempts to dissuade him, and Ibrahim alayhi salam pelts him with 7 stones, and the shaitan goes away. The prophet being tempted to be distracted. And then the reminder that he goes away but doesn't leave him alone. He comes back the second time, the same disdain by Ibrahim alayhi salam and the rejection. Comes back the third time. The reminder for us that there is this constant vigilance that all of us need to be aware of. The shaitan will come back. May Allah keep us protected. And last point related to the Hajj, brothers and sisters, we do have a relationship to our ummah, of the people from all over the world who get together for the Hajj there. And the Hajj is a journey of sabr and steadfastness, of concern for others, helping people to do their rituals, those who are on the Hajj. And for us all, as a reminder that we are all one ummah, one connected together. And as we see the oppression and suppression around the world, and we see the destruction, the genocidal actions, and the starvation and the use of famine as a mode of warfare in Gaza and Palestine, it brings us to this reminder that we all have a role to play in at least appreciating the difficulty, making du'as for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's nusra and His ease to come to the people of Gaza, of Rafah, of Palestine, and all other places where there is oppression and injustice. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us appreciate the significance of all of these relationships connected to Hajj. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us gain the qurb that comes with the Qurbani and the qurb that comes with the focus on all these blessed relationships. The qurb to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the elevation of our iman and taqwa before Allah. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Amma ba'd fa ya ma'ashara al-muslimin. قال الله سبحانه وتعالى إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد بعدد من صلى وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد بعدد من قعد وقام. اللهم صل على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى سائر الصحابة والخلفاء الراشدين والتابعين وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين خصوصا في رفح وغزة وفلسطين وفي كل مكان. اللهم قوي إيمان إخواننا وأخواتنا في كل مكان خصوصا في رفح وغزة وفلسطين وفي كل مكان. اللهم قوي إيمانهم وثبت أقدامهم وانصرهم على عدوهم. اللهم ألف بين قلوبنا وأصلح ذات بيننا واجعلنا إخوة في سبيلك. اللهم فرج كروب المسلمين وعمر روات المسلمين واستر عورات المسلمين خصوصا في رفح وغزة وفلسطين وفي كل مكان. اللهم اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين وارحم موتانا وموتى المسلمين. اللهم ارحم والدينا ووالد والدينا ومن له فضل علينا في الدنيا والآخرة. ربنا هب لنا من ازواجنا وذرياتنا قرة اعين واجعلنا للمتقين اماما. اللهم تقبل صلاتنا وصيامنا وقيامنا وركوعنا وسجودنا ودعاءنا وكل عبادتنا خصوصا في يوم العشر. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. عباد الله رحمكم الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون اذكروا الله يذكركم وادعوه يستجب لكم ولذكر الله أكبر أقيموا الصلاة. Brothers and sisters, alhamdulillah, we'll accommodate everybody. Come forward, move to the left and the right, make up your straight line. And a quick reminder, inshallah, the Eid here, Eid al-Adha will be celebrated on Sunday. The Eid Salah will be at 9 o'clock, and the management is requesting that you come a few minutes, 10-15 minutes in advance, participate in the takbirat. That's an important sunnah. And inshallah, we'll all have a good Eid to celebrate Eid Mubarak in advance.